Welcome to Behind the Curtain, Nashville's movers, shakers,
and tastemakers.
Brought to you by Chord Real Estate, your key to the heart of Nashville. I'm Steve Luther alongside my co-host Van Hoy.
Here we peel back the layers of Nashville's vibrant scene, sitting down with the innovators, creators, and leaders who shape our city. From music to business and everything in between, we dive into the journeys that have brought them to where they are today.
We're here to uncover the stories behind the success, the passion driving their pursuits, and why they've chosen Nashville as their stage. It's about the people who dream big, push boundaries, and make this city truly unique.
So join us as we explore the heart and soul of Nashville through the eyes of those who know it best. Today we're joined by Jessica Dauphin, President and CEO of the Transit Alliance of Middle Tennessee, where she leads efforts to advance equitable, efficient, and sustainable transportation solutions across our region. Known for her engaging TEDx talks and her role as a passionate televangelist. Oh, that's a little different here. Transit evangelist, in quotes. Jessica has spent the last decade championing public transit as a key driver of economic growth, accessibility, and community connection.
Huzzah, yes.
Man,
and
he's got all the words here.
And I will add, in December, I was awarded the Greater Nashville Regional Council's Regional Excellence and Collaboration Award.
Congratulations. Who did you collaborate with?
It's my overall collaborative efforts for improving regional mobility.
I told you she's got all the words.
You're looking at my mayors and business leaders and that. Yeah.
Very cool. Congratulations.
So awesome. Congrats.
Thanks.
Well, with a background spanning leadership roles at organizations such as Community Shares Tennessee, the Tennessee Coalition to End Domestic and Sexual Violence, and many others, Jessica brings both advocacy and strategic insight to her mission of transforming how Nashville and its neighbors move, connect, and thrive.
Ooh.
Welcome, Jessica.
Thanks.
Welcome.
I'm so happy to be here, Van. Thank you.
And, because it's on camera, it really is happening this time.
Woohoo! And I can see the stuff moving here, and it looks legit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping. We just have to let you know that Steve is a bit ill, under the weather.
Oh.
And we didn't want to cancel or postpone again, because what our friends out here don't know is that we've already done this.
Take two.
And sent it to editing, and it turned out we didn't record the audio. So we had this wonderful conversation, and we never actually heard it.
What an excuse to get me back in here.
We were like, we just want her back so bad. Come on.
So can you introduce me to her?
Absolutely.
I'm Marlena.
I was about to say Saracen.
I know.
I was like, oh, it's Hitchcock.
I know.
It's Marlena.
I just changed my last
got
name.
Married since we last saw you.
Yep.
Well, congratulations, Marlena.
Thank you. Well, I changed my name. I was got married in September, but
was it
September.
Was it? When did we see her last?
I think I was here in October, November.
Okay, so
But I was still Saracen.
There are no dates or times on this. You see, nobody would know.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I just ruined it.
No, you made it better.
So yeah, changed my name like a couple weeks ago.
But you're still Marlena.
Yeah, I'm still Marlena.
You didn't change your first name.
No.
No, it's not that kind of guy. So Marlena's joining in. So Steve, he gives us all these serious questions. He wants to keep us on task. So he asks all the serious questions, and I just sort of chime in on things and keep it lighthearted when it gets a little serious.
Okay.
And so today I'm trying to channel my inner Steve, and you're me.
I'm gonna try my best.
So we'll see what happens.
Hopefully, I can live up to Van's.
I don't know. He's sitting right here. So we'll see.
It's very community theater.
That's what I'm
I
thinking.
don't know.
Playing Steve this afternoon
Yeah.
will be Van, and playing Van
we
will
may
be
have
Marlena.
to try switching roles, and see who does Steve better.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. Well, Jessica, you've been called a transit evangelist.
That's the one.
Transit, not tele. What first sparked your passion for public transit and community mobility?
Well, I think it stems way back from my start.
Okay.
in life, where I grew up in Cheatham County.
Oh,
You know where that is?
I'm supposed to. I'm in real estate now.
I don't. I just moved here. I got an excuse.
Yeah, she just moved here.
Okay, if you leave here and take 40 West,
Okay.
you will pass right through it on your way to Memphis. So it's literally
Before you get to Memphis?
Oh, much before. So it touches Davidson County.
Oh. Okay.
To the west. It's
Like
in
Dixon,
between
or?
It's in between Davidson and Dixon.
Oh, okay. Yeah. People are loving that.
Oh, I know. Well, I would have probably not affordable in Cheatham County in Kingston Springs, but
like people are asking about that a lot.
But I grew up there off of a dirt road. Okay. And we were miles from anything except another house.
Right.
Right. In the hollers.
Ooh, in the holler.
As you say.
Yeah.
We call them the hollers.
Yeah.
And please don't judge me. I've lost my Southern accent. I know I
Bless her heart.
I you know what I mean? It's like I've lost my receipts. You know what I'm saying? Bless my heart.
Bless your heart. See,
Right.
She's from the north, so it's okay. She won't notice.
Yeah,
I didn't
notice.
You probably thought she did have an accent, didn't you?
No,
No,
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I went through diction classes to lose it.
Really?
Oh yeah. Well, I thought I was going to be an actress.
Did you take diction and Dixon?
No, although I do like the alliteration. So it started there when I realized that, boy, howdy, I'm really kind of subject or hostage by my environment here.
Right.
There's no access to study groups at school, going to the library to study for a term paper or whatever. No after school job if I wanted, no access to softball or cheerleading without my mom.
Right.
Or someone to drive me. And so that planted a seed. Fast forward, I guess almost 40 years later, when this job of associate director for the Alliance came about, when I was offered the position, I thought really long and hard. I'm like, okay, I've established a personal brand and nonprofit here in Middle Tennessee. Does this fit? And when I did more research into access to mobility, you're looking at one of the most underutilized tools for economic, building your economy, sustaining a great and high achieving economy, but also for individual autonomy and attainment and access to opportunity.
Interesting.
For a lot of people, when you think about what the actual,
you're talking public transportation.
Yes.
Not just having nice fancy roads that I can zip in and zip out.
Right. Well, because not everyone can afford a car, right? So to own a car in our area, typically there's data out there that says it can cost anywhere from $10,000 to $12,000 a year for maintenance, upkeep, gas, insurance, these types of things.
Wow. What kind of cars are they driving?
All the expenses.
Yeah.
That come with it.
Exactly. And then you factor in a car payment into that also. So that's, and to keep it legal.
See, here at Chord Real Estate, we are Ramsey approved. There's no car payments.
Oh, I love that. So I'm not demonizing car payments. I'm not demonizing cars. I drive a car.
Well, you are an evangelist, so you can demonize all you want.
Oh, woe be unto thee.
That's it.
Those who choose the evils.
That's it.
Of car ownership. No, I'm not demonizing that. I think there's plenty of space for all road users.
Do you own a car?
I do own a car.
Okay.
Honey, I have had a car since I was 16. I have been driving a car since I was like 13. I was obsessed with driving.
That's great.
Because of the dirt road thing.
Oh, right.
I couldn't get anywhere without it. I mean, I never tracked it, but you got to think how far off the beaten path is a house off of a dirt road. You know what I mean? You're not just a mile out from.
I mean, you're making me think, because I had never thought about that. I mean, you're from what, New Jersey, aren't you? Or Connecticut?
Connecticut.
I mean, do they have dirt roads in Connecticut?
Where my husband grew
Yeah.
up, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
He lived, to get to his house, he had to go up his driveway, which was probably about a mile to get to his house.
Sounds like an
See?
estate
Yeah.
to me.
It's rural. You know what I mean? I would consider this rural.
Okay.
The area was rural.
Yeah.
My
So that really inspired you
absolutely. It really
to
inspired
connect
me.
with people
And
at
I
all
really-
different levels.
Yes, understanding that key to connectivity and
Mhm.
access to opportunity
That's huge.
at the base level.
And that's that inclusion element is
Mhm.
making sure everyone has access
Yeah,
to
I
be
mean,
able to get here.
no one should be at the mercy of their ability or inability to get somewhere
Right.
for opportunity.
Sure.
Right. So if I'm at the mercy, I may be the next Einstein, but if I'm stuck off a dirt road,
Mhm.
I can't get to college.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
I might be the next Elon Musk, right?
Sure.
But if I can't get to where I need to get to hone my skills,
Mhm.
then I am at the mercy of that situation and that circumstance. Mobility in public transit, sidewalks, bikeways really open up the toolbox for that access point and broadens it to more people.
So that was your inspiration
Mhm.
to say yes to this opportunity.
Yeah, I unequivocally called back and said, yes, I'll take it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What was your inspiration to take this opportunity to join me today and to leave Connecticut?
To play the role of Van.
Yeah.
To play the role of Van,
And
I
to
don't.
come to good old Chord real estate here in Music Row.
I mean, just the community, the atmosphere, just a great.
We
Place
knew
to
her.
work.
She was a consultant for us.
Oh.
And then we just started to draw her in
Yeah.
and draw her in and draw her in. And then,
Then
Slowly
and then-
but surely they
Yeah.
hooked ya.
Yep,
that's right.
they got me.
That's
got you.
exactly right.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
But doing something that you enjoy doing for people that in a company that appreciates you, your value, your time, that
And who
makes it
needed
all the
you.
difference. That
Just
makes
like
all the
these-
difference.
They need her for this.
Yeah, but people don't know I'm working, for it.
Right.
Most
Right.
people in the communities that I'm working for.
And that's okay.
And
Right.
that's okay.
And that,
I know that this is important to get right, and
Mhm.
I really love this area. I think being born and raised here says a lot. I graduated MTSU with my English and history degree, and I thought I would love to be on the team that helps this region get this piece right.
Well, and you're not just working for people who need transportation today. You're working for future generations.
Future generations.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, back to Steve's serious questions here. The Transit Alliance of Middle Tennessee has been instrumental in driving regional collaboration. What are some of the biggest successes or milestones you've seen during your time as CEO
Biggest milestones. Well, I saw
from your career?
I saw the failure of Let's Move Nashville in 2018.
Oh, tell us.
Well, that was our first transit funding referendum here in Nashville on the
Yes.
ballot.
And that's when, tell me if I'm wrong, that was when we were talking about special lanes or some sort of
Yep. Yeah, that
fancy
was
buses that were connected to something. I don't know.
no, that was actually a number of light rail starts.
That's right.
We would have had 5 or 7 light rails happening. And by now, had we passed it in 2018, a lot of it would have been operational
Gotcha.
in this kind of, we're moving it at that time.
What was that going to cost?
Well, at the time there was
That's me trying to be
discrepancy.
serious.
There was the ballot said $5 billion. Opponents brought out $9 billion in terms of overall cost of operations and maintenance
Right.
over time. But that confusion, I think,
Sure.
helped to beat it. Right.
Well,
The ballot.
even if it had been 5 or 10 or whatever, what did they expect it to impact the economy over 10 plus years?
I don't remember that. That's just one of the big points I remember that I was here for.
Okay.
Right after that, I was promoted to president and CEO, and I thought, oh my gosh, how am I going to keep people focused on transit
Going
after
forward.
it lost at the ballot?
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that
You're like, okay, people didn't want it,
we didn't solve the problem.
and now I'm in charge.
Everything exists. All the problems still exist.
Right.
As a matter of fact, they're getting worse over time.
Of course, yeah.
So I was eyeball deep into that, and then COVID hit.
Wow.
I was like, oh my
So
God.
all of a sudden we didn't need the transportation.
Exactly. Everyone was
Thank God we
sheltering
didn't
at
spend
home.
it in that moment, but
Well, actually, it would have been more advantageous because
Oh.
it would have been less disruptive. You know what I mean? And we
hit
would
and a miss.
swing and a miss.
Swing
No,
and a miss. Oh,
it-
I guess there's no, see, I don't know sports either. But
we
a hit and a miss.
it would have been cheaper. It would have been cheaper to start
Right.
because COVID came with extreme inflation.
Mm-hmm.
All materials went on back order because people couldn't get to work to manufacture these things. Right. And then labor went up really high. And so things were starting to increase in price 15 to 20% year over year. And so now I'm tasked with not only keeping transit top of mind and important after a major trouncing at the ballot. I mean, it was high 60s.
Do you think it's because the majority of people who would be impacted directly, immediately, are the ones living closer, and the ones who are commuting in, they're not going to use it, so they think, it's not for me? And what do you think is the miss?
The miss was, I don't think people understood what was happening. They didn't understand the plan.
Okay.
Largely.
And they didn't have you in place talking about it.
I was associate director. I was not in the main rooms. I was just a fly on the wall, paying attention, making notes. And so nothing against the folks who were doing the work at the time. I think that the communications were doing
timing was off.
An excellent job, but the timing was off. That's a great way to put it, Dan.
Right.
For sure. We hadn't reached a moment of the moment of inflection where more people were wanting or expecting this type of investment than weren't. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So the work I did in between the interim, so from 2019 to 2023, was all focused on the strategy to how in the world do I get this boat turned around for a 2024 ballot?
Right.
And I was like, oh my gosh, with COVID, I'm just trying to stay alive here. I'm just trying to keep the hope alive. But yeah, and then after that, working really hard collaboratively with several local nonprofits and businesses and partners, and in that and my board chair was very instrumental in that, Jim Schmitz. We put together a strategy and implemented it. And what we tried to do was, well, what happened was, and I'll go into the weeds a little bit, is Mayor Cooper announced he wasn't going to run again.
Right.
Right. And I thought, oh, I can do whatever I want. I don't have anybody to answer to. There's no real
that's always a winning solution.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I'm like, okay, I've got this idea for a strategy and a plan. Oh,
Right.
he just announced he's going to not run. So that actually helped. Because in the work that I do, you don't want to get crosswise with leadership.
Of course.
I really work very hard to collaborate and work with them based on their visions.
Sure.
Okay. But at that point, it was only my vision. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I was like, how do I take all of these collaborative elements and lay a very, very strong groundwork for success if we were to go to ballot in 2024? Right. We'd already done the math, and we thought 2028 in my small group. Okay. And this is not it's no mayoral anything.
Not a giant think tank.
Not a giant think tank. I did take the idea to Ralph Schultz at the chamber and was like, this is what I'm thinking about doing. He was like, bless you, my child.
Wow.
Well, he didn't say
Okay.
that exactly, but basically it was like, good, somebody needs to.
Yeah.
No, I mean, at the failure of 2018, leadership kept saying the next one will be community led.
Right.
They got a lot of leadership in the chamber. I think were extremely unfairly demonized
Oh, I see.
out of that process. And
Anytime there's a major loss, somebody's got to take the hit.
Mhm.
Right.
Absolutely.
So-
And I hated that for them.
Sure.
So, because look, no matter what you think, I know the people at the chamber, and they're amazing people,
Good.
all of them.
Mhm.
That's good.
Okay. And they really are working
Right.
for small and medium businesses and large businesses here in Nashville to thrive.
That's been our experience.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you. Back me up on that. So when he said, good, but you're going to have tough, he did say, you're going to have a tough time.
Sure.
And I said, I'll take it. I'll buy that for $1. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
So I went off, got honed my strategy and was like, look, 2023 is going to be an election year. I think we start publicly calling for a referendum in 2024. Now, okay?
How did that work for you?
Amazing. You can look back there. We did a press conference on May 1st, 2023. That was the 5-year anniversary of the failed 2018 referendum.
What's better than failing but to celebrate it later, 5 years
call
later.
attention to it.
Woohoo.
Well, it was very calculated.
it's good.
My thought
You
process
leaned
was
into it.
lean into it and say, look, it's been 5 years. These problems still exist
Right.
and persist. Right? They're only getting worse.
Sure.
We need transit. And what I did, it wasn't just my voice. I had other nonprofits there
Good.
to back me up. It was Civic Design Center. It was Urban League. It was Transit Now Nashville. It was Walk Bike Nashville. It was the Greater Nashville Realtors. So it was 9 of us in front of City Hall with the microphone
Right.
in front of the news cameras. And do you know there was only one mayoral candidate that showed up to our press conference? I'll give you one guess who that
Who
was.
do you think it was?
I have no clue.
She's new.
Yeah, I have no clue.
Okay. Van?
You tell us.
Mayor Freddie O'Connell.
Really?
He was the only candidate to show up to that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. So our plea was for elected leaders to look seriously at a 2024 ballot.
That's good.
Right. So right before that, I had published an op-ed. There was a press conference. I lead the Transit Citizen Leadership Academy. In 2022, I started turning our class sessions to focus more on referenda,
Right.
what they look like, what it takes to win, kind of thing. Like, what do communities need? What does good transit look like in this? What are the investments net communities?
Sure.
And that sort of thing. And so it was a nonstop kind of press on. And then later in 2023, the Civic Design Center held a mayoral candidate debate. Right. And we supported that. And we had issued a mayoral candidate questionnaire about transit and mobility. So we had that up.
Right.
And so we really made a full court, press sort of thing.
So how do you pull this topic out of a left-right situation politically? Like, how do you, because we have such...
We are so divided.
We are a majorly divided community,
Bless
right?
us, yeah.
Depending on your zip code or whatever, it's extreme left or extreme right. There's very, a lot of us center people don't talk out loud.
Right.
So, but, based on the voting, it seems like it's a very, extreme, not extremist, but, we're talking about, true left, true right, the way they vote, whatever. How do you pull transit out of that left-right thing to bring people together?
That's a great question. And I'm loving that you're giving me an opportunity to say this,
Yeah.
on record, is that transit and mobility is not a left or right
It seems like it can't be if it's going to get solved.
issue. Infrastructure is an everybody issue because everybody is going to benefit for those investments.
Yes.
Right. And I think what it comes down to is understanding it based on what resonates with you. So if you are a business person, you're likely driven by data, research, what's been proven
That's right.
to work, economy, and that type of thing. And in so much research, you can find investments in public transit net on average a 4 to 5 to 1 ROI.
Really?
It is huge for cities, right? So very few investments will net you that level of return. On the other hand, if you are justice oriented, right, you are looking at who is getting the benefit of tax investments. And there are few other tools that we have not really tapped into, like we should be tapping into, that even the playing field for inclusion and equity, like public transit, mobility. So it really resonates across the spectrum in that regard.
So do you find people are open to hearing that, or is it something that you're really having to dig in there with people?
No. So I thought very hard, because the last thing that's been major over the last few years that I've seen, of course, is the passage, the voter approved Choose How You Move transportation improvement program for Nashville. Building awareness and support for dedicated funding for transit is the Transit Alliance mission.
Okay.
And so we legitimately attained our mission. And so that was huge.
That's huge.
And so proud of the work that was done in the Choose How You Move campaign. We were not part of that campaign. We are a C3. We cannot engage in campaign activities. We did all the pre-work and I worked very hard in that strategy to get people on
resource
board.
Them and so they can quote you, but you aren't the one funding.
I had nothing to do with the campaign. They did amazing. I was part of the technical advisory committee to help provide some guardrails on what went into the plan. And what a great group of people, you guys, that we have at that level working for us in the city. I'm telling you. I know it is so human to be dubious and think sus, you know what I mean? Suspect of motives, but I can tell you these people are amazing and they're doing it for the right reasons. I promise.
That's cool.
Right? They are people like you and like me. They care and they want to improve quality of life here.
Right.
So we're all believers in that, and these investments are the way to do it.
That's good.
Yes, that's awesome.
Steve gave us some of these are good questions here. He says, many people think of transit simply as buses and trains, but you often talk about mobility as opportunity. Can you explain further what other elements there are other than just buses and trains that help with these opportunities?
Absolutely. There are sidewalks, crosswalks.
Uh-oh.
That's coming. Brace yourself.
Uh-oh. It's driving me crazy.
Protected bike lanes.
Kills me. Sorry.
I know. You hate it.
When I see bikers, I yield to the bikers. If I see a person walking, I yield to the walkers. But when they start taking out my lanes and putting up little stanchions and there's nobody around and I've got all this extra traffic, it's killing me.
I hear that argument. And
killing me.
I understand you and I empathize, and I'm going to tell you why.
Please tell me why I should
happens.
Be so angry every day. I have to put on my seat massager
just to relax. Gonna put on that Enya CD. Just sail away.
They took me down from 4 lanes to 2 lanes. So literally, I have 1 lane going this way, 1 lane. I'm like, what are we?
Yeah,
back to the old days.
And it backs up traffic, probably, right?
It does insanely.
And that's because we do not have a really strong connected network.
Couldn't they use like the alley?
It's piecemealed out. So the closer we get to a solidly connected network, including greenways and sidewalks and crosswalks, protected bike lanes, protected
Right.
What is it called? They called it micromobility lanes. So that includes e-scooters and e-bikes and
okay.
that. Essentially, what you're doing is making sure you're offering as many paths to get from A to B as possible, right? So
we got lots of paths, but only one for a car.
Right. And so you want to include cars, so Choose How You Move does include traffic signals.
I hope so.
Smart signals, because like I said, we're not demonizing one mode. We have prioritized one mode for 70 years.
Okay.
Right. And so that's why we're here. And that's why it feels, it frustrates some of us to see the change.
Couldn't they have put those extra in one block over? Why did it have to be in the, down the very central?
It would be upsetting other people.
I will say.
There's no cars going down that back.
I will say, in Connecticut, there's very few bike lanes. And it actually still causes like the traffic backup, because when the bikers are on the road, there's no lane for them. So the cars really just have to stop and kind of make sure they're okay to go around the biker.
You're on her side of this?
Kind of.
Oh gosh.
I mean,
Here we go. Here we go.
We just need a really strong network. So I'm sure that if you saw more people using it,
that's correct. If I saw more people using it,
probably wouldn't make you so upset.
I'd be like, okay, you're healthier than me.
And
go ahead.
And it's yes, they are healthy individuals, right? I mean, when I was on campus, I rode my bike everywhere, and it felt amazing. And but also, that's one less car in front of you on the road. So they're on a bike next to you.
Yeah.
So if you're for every person you're taking out of a car, you're reintroducing that space.
But those people have to like pay millions of dollars to live downtown to be able to do that. And I'm just like,
good for them.
I just want to drive in, come to my office, have some lunch, hang out with you.
Yeah. Well, again, we gotta have a safe space for all road users.
You keep telling me that, evangelist. I'll get there. I'll get there. Oh my goodness. I forgot that was going to come up. Nashville is experiencing rapid growth, yet transit investment has struggled to keep pace. What do you see as the biggest barriers and opportunities today for improving our transportation infrastructure?
Brilliant. So Nashville-Davidson County has just passed a $3 billion 15-year program called Choose How You Move.
Yes.
Their voter-approved transportation improvement program. It is gorgeous. Look it up. I think it's nashville.gov /transit or something like that. So you can see where we are. We just purchased a partial fleet of brand new buses, and these things.
Oh yeah, tell us about.
They are so sexy.
I thought she might say it. Sexy buses.
The sexy buses.
Tell us about the sexy buses.
We're going to bring sexy back. And so they're purple. They're sleek. They're brand new. They had the new bus smell. And your tax dollars help pay for them. And they're brilliant. They are almost $700,000 a piece.
We need to get like a GoPro and take this out and go get on a bus.
Oh, yeah. This conversation would be great.
Vlog style.
Yeah.
We could go do that.
One of those little fuzzy mics.
Yeah.
We have them somewhere.
But I did the calculations, and those 10 or 12 buses are going to provide hundreds of thousands of transit rides in their lifetime. Yeah, because each of them lasts 10 to 12 years. That's a normal, useful life of a bus. And they will be giving people lifts for 10 or 12 years. And that's awesome. Yeah, you're looking, WeGo gives millions of rides a year already.
Okay.
So they're increasing frequency, increasing services, longer span of hours, operating to 2 a.m. and that.
Wow.
Eventually we're going to be 24/7 on some routes.
Is that right?
Awesome.
Yeah. Because of Choose How You Move. And we've never had that in Nashville before. And I think that is such a game changer, especially for those hospitality workers. We are a hospitality driven tourism town. And, if I could get to work downtown and not have to pay $40 to park, I'm pocketing more of my money.
Maybe what they need to do in the next round is do like the double decker, like you have
Like
have the
London.
roof. Well, I'm thinking more like LA, where they don't have a roof on the top, where you can ride up top and see the city, and have some tour person up there talking. So the worker people could get to their office and whatever, and then the tourists can jump on top and I'm thinking there's something to it.
Maybe
you could have
That sounds like
you could have some fun with that,
especially for those.
And you get the woohoo girls up there, and
for the airport route, right?
Yes.
Coming from the airport.
Yeah.
Man, my office used to be on 3rd and Commerce.
Oh yeah.
Those lovely ladies
It's
would
amazing.
start at 10 a.m.
They do. And they don't stop.
They go all day.
They do.
I know. And I hate that they're demonized too because they spend a lot of money.
Hey, they're welcome.
Yeah. So, love that.
Did you do the woohoo thing when you got engaged?
The like a bachelorette? Yeah.
Yeah. Downtown Nashville?
No. I went to where'd I go? Savannah. I went to Savannah.
Okay.
Ooh.
I was going to guess Austin because I think that's another woohoo girl bachelorette party destination.
That Scottsdale.
Oh yeah,
Scottsdale.
Great. Yeah.
But I had a good
She's
time.
From Connecticut. She's classy like that.
Of course.
I wanted to be on the water,
Mhm.
go on a boat for a day. That's what I wanted, and I did it. So.
Nice.
Steve's got another great question here.
Let's hear it. Lay it on me.
This is from Steve. As a TEDx speaker.
Ooh.
As a TEDx speaker, you distilled complex issues into compelling narratives.
Mm-hmm.
What's your strategy for helping people connect emotionally to an issue like transit, which can seem abstract to some?
Right. I struggled with that when I was
when
I was approached to do a TEDx. I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And then I went home and I thought, "Oh my God, what am I going to
What do they want me to say?
How do I make this compelling? How do I emotionally get people to connect to it?"
You are the transit evangelist.
I'm the transit evangelist, and my opening line in that TEDx talk is, "What if I told you there is a magic wand that we have at our disposal that we're not using to reduce our stress and make us healthier?" Right? So people are constantly stressed out in our modern contemporary lives. And so I thought, let's hit that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's get that. So that's what I thought. That was my goal.
I love it. For cities like Nashville that are car centric still, what steps can individuals and businesses take now to support a more connected, multimodal future?
Yeah. So continue to.
Steve's got all the words.
He's got all the words. He's very intelligent.
Multimodal.
Multimodal. Yep. No, that's what we've been talking about, right? So your car.
She just said, "Bless your heart" in code.
Yeah.
Man, that's what we've been talking about this whole time.
Yeah. So to maintain a strong multimodal future that would lend itself to supporting a long-term successful economy for Middle Tennessee and address to some degree our affordability issues.
Okay. Wow.
Add access to opportunity for more people.
Right.
And really level the playing field, to make the playing field more equitable.
Okay.
Is to stay in the know so that wow, my sales tax dollars, my half-cent sales tax is going to do something concrete.
That's the sexy buses.
That's the sexy buses.
Okay.
But there's a ton more. There are nearly 2/3 of our existing traffic lights will be updated to smart lights.
Please tell me about that.
Yeah, so they learn traffic patterns, so they're able to change with traffic flow.
Wow.
Interesting.
So instead of having an MNPD officer out, have you seen them at the intersections,
sure,
like changing the lights? So instead of that, it's from a central office.
Right.
Right, a traffic operations center.
How soon till this happens?
Well, we have the office already, and I believe that we were in the process of purchasing the software to connect the lights, and then we've got to lay the fiber into each individual intersections, right? So it's going to be a couple of years.
So couple meaning like 2 or like
I think they said about
evangelistically speaking.
Yeah, I think about 5.
That's what we used to say. If we did a show in a church or something, I'd say, how many seats do you have? They'd say, we have 2,000. I said, are you speaking truthfully, like from codes, or is that evangelistically 2,000?
No, I wish
500 seats.
I don't want to overpromise anything, but I think I recall about 5 to 6 years.
Okay.
Right before we really start seeing the benefit of that. I mean, none of these things are quick, easy fixes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But smart lights sound amazing.
Smart lights are going to be amazing.
Because then when you're on a long line of traffic lights, it will just starts flowing.
Yep.
Nailed it. Yeah. That's
I think that would change everything.
And you're not going to be stuck at a red light for 3 minutes because it's on a timer and it's not smart.
Right. And then the next time you get to a light, you're tempted to run it because you sat for 5 minutes at the last one.
That's exactly right.
And you're like,
so yeah,
I'm sorry, I paid my dues back there. You're all gonna have to wait.
Yeah.
I've already paid my dues. I waited 3 minutes.
Oh my
so
gosh.
yeah,
you sat through it 3 times.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Because
so that's something.
Yeah. It is a big something. I don't think that I could overstate how big of a deal the passage the voter approved of Choose How You Move.
Okay.
Is for
and
Nashville.
That's part of it. Has that been funded?
Yeah. That's funded through Choose How You Move. That's it. That's part of it.
So we've just solved all the problems, haven't we?
Yeah.
So anyway, no. So
there's more.
There's more. There's always more. This is
Jessica's solving all of our problems.
We are.
Hey.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
That's why I get paid the low, medium bucks.
Yeah.
You know what? In reality, I do not make enough to live in Nashville anymore.
It's wild.
It's wild.
Yeah. But good on them. Good on them.
And I don't like. How do you say? I'm not mad at it, really.
No.
Other than I just wish that salaries and pay rates would keep up with cost of living. Is the only thing. Because look, growing up here off of a dirt road, when we came downtown, I loved coming downtown.
Sure. But that dirt road is looking better and better every day, isn't it?
I was a little girl with a big city dream. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Ready to go back.
Well, it's funny you should say that. I have been thinking about maybe I should think about property.
That's what our clients are all doing. It's blowing my mind. It's like, okay, they love their thing. I'm thinking about going on out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to spend some time in my backyard.
Exactly.
So anyway, what you can do is get with the Nashville Connector program out of NDOT, which is the Nashville Department of Transportation and Multimodal Infrastructure.
If somebody cares about this subject, which hopefully everybody cares about.
Everyone cares. You can go to nashville.gov and search NDOT. It'll take you right to their site, and you can look at all of their plans and get to Nashville Connector. As a matter of fact, I think you might be able to go straight to nashvilleconnector.org to get to them, because I'm telling you to get in touch with them particularly.
Okay.
Megan Matheson runs that program. She's a wonderful.
You're name dropping now, so we got a
wonderful woman. She's been doing an awesome job. Her and her team with Shandy Edgecomer there. So get in touch with them. They are running our transportation demand management program.
Okay.
So they are the ones that are going to help your business understand their role in this, right? So things like maybe subsidizing bus passes for your employees in lieu of a parking.
I know Vanderbilt
subsidy.
does stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So there are some definite things that you can do to support this multimodal future. Yeah.
Awesome.
Tell us about how this all impacts getting to the airport and coming home.
Well,
because it's kind of crazy right now.
I know, and that was I
mean, Elon's got some big shot idea where we're going to dig a hole.
The Music City Loop.
Why not? But
the Music City Loop is not a public project.
The Music City Loop, is that the Elon?
That is
they call it Elon's hole.
Tesla.
Please
don't call it that.
we went and did a tour of a big luxury high rise, for our clients, and the agent on staff there on property. She's like, "You want to see Elon's hole?" I'm like, "What is
Oh
happening?"
my
She said,
god.
"You get a picture of Elon's hole right over there." And like, look at that one. I was like, "Oh my."
Oh,
okay,
no,
okay.
not really.
But
I'm
yeah.
good. I'm good. Yeah. So that loop is slated to go from downtown to the airport, right underneath Murfreesboro Pike.
Which blows my mind, but okay.
I think it could be a nice little bespoke way
Oh, right.
to travel. It's not.
It's one option.
It's one option, right? So I don't know enough about it. It's not a public project.
I see.
I don't have what do you call? I don't want to say dog in that fight, but I don't have
Sure.
that. You know.
Yeah, because it's gotten a little controversial.
I don't have a
as of
clown in
late,
that
but
circus.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
good.
That's better, right?
That's good. Yeah.
I don't want to support dog fighting, but
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
it's going somewhere.
yeah. So I think it could have.
Steve's gonna be like, "Man, I'll be back. Don't worry."
Yeah.
But you can edit that in post, right?
I don't think they should.
Yeah.
I think it just put it all out
Just
there.
put it all out there. Rough.
See what happens.
You see what I did there?
Yes.
Oh
Was it
my God.
intentional?
No, but
She just barked on.
okay. A little fun fact side
You
note.
tell us.
I was in an improv comedy troupe for a number of years
No
here in
way.
Nashville. We won Best of Nashville 2001, I think 2002. One Hand Clapping was the name for those of you from old Nashville. And I used to call myself the most accidental comedian because I would be on stage, like working with my partner on stage, not really thinking about making a joke. And then I would hear laughter out of the audience, like,
You're like,
a
what
lot of
just
it.
happened?
And I would go off stage and go, what did I say? What did I do? And they were just blown away. Like, you don't know what you did.
I
I'm like,
love
no, I
it.
wasn't paying
I
attention,
love
I
it.
guess.
Hey, one of
Just
the
came
best things.
naturally.
It is just
Absolutely.
natural.
Yeah.
Like,
That's why she roughed at us.
Yep.
yeah, it's exactly right. Rough.
That's why I asked if it was intentional, because it just made sense.
It made sense.
And it wasn't.
See.
If I had less integrity, I would have said, yeah, sure.
So
No,
what,
I like that it wasn't.
What do you think is the answer for us to get to the airport now and back? I mean, I've never seen anything like it.
We need more buses. I
Buses?
think ultimately
Take a bus
we
to
can
the
support
airport.
a light rail to the airport.
Oh, you
Ultimately.
do? You
Yeah,
think
yeah.
the light rail would work?
Yeah, so for the Choose How You Move program, there was a lot of conversation about whether or not to include light rail, and my position on that was, let's get established transit riders first. People here don't know what that's like. They can't see themselves using this stuff at that level yet.
Sure.
Let's get them established. Let's get people bought in and understanding the value public transit will bring to their lives.
I mean, if there was a nice place to park that was nowhere near, like when I go to New York, when I did shows and stuff, I had shows outside the city. We would take the train in.
Yeah.
Right.
And we didn't think anything of it.
Right.
Well, in my classes, the TCLA classes, whenever I say, if you've been to another city,
There was no stigma.
Did you use their public transit?
Right.
85% of the class raises their hand.
Sure.
Because when you go to a city with typically a legacy system,
Right.
like New York, DC, Chicago, London, Paris, you expect to use that service.
That's right.
Right. So what is the difference between using that there and using it here? So my thought process was, it's not a no forever. It's just a not right now. We're not ready for it.
I see.
It is extremely prohibitively expensive. I mean, would you have rather voted for a plan that was one light rail and maybe a couple of bus route improvements, right? And of course, with the transit traffic signals and that and sidewalks updates, or the plan that we have where it is such a robust for all access corridors and 24-hour bus service, new crosstown routes, 17 new transit centers that are going to help decentralize the system. So not everybody has to go all the way downtown and then catch another bus to go back out.
Gotcha.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like we needed to put as much as we possibly could in that plan so that people could see themselves in it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. People in Madison or Bellevue probably were going to not really jump for joy for one light rail to the airport. You know, we have this weird, I don't know, grudge against downtown. Like they get all the good stuff, right?
Right.
Like it's like our mom remarried and the husband's kid gets all the good stuff. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like,
I think we should explore that.
so you're like, they just get all the things,
right,
and I want something. What about me? And I feel like the more you could get people to see themselves benefiting from this sales tax increase, the better.
I have a hard time imagining getting on a bus here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't visualize that, right?
Yeah.
I could see myself getting on a light rail
Mm-hmm.
to get to the airport back quicker than having to deal with everything. But I guess it's just expensive and
we don't have a single maintenance space for light rail.
Gotcha.
It's more than just the cost of the infrastructure and the capital for the infrastructure and the actual like cars.
Sure.
You've got to have a place to keep them, to maintain them, to update them, you know what I mean,
Right.
to clean them. And that takes just land and buildings,
Investment.
and it takes a lot of upfront capital.
Why
investment.
we need a transit evangelist.
That's why. That's right.
That's exactly right. Okay, so finally, we're landing the plane here.
Here we go.
Speaking of trains, planes, and
Automobiles.
Finally, looking ahead, what's your vision for Middle Tennessee's transit landscape in the next 10 years? We've been talking 5. And what will it take to get there?
10 years puts us at 2036.
That's crazy.
Well, we already know what Nashville's is going to be. We're going to keep moving along, choose how you move. We are going to have over 600 smart traffic signals across the county.
By 10 years from now, that's long.
That'll be long done.
That's going to be old news.
Right. We're going to have 85. We're going to have 85 new miles of sidewalks. We're going to have, likely by then, will be 24-hour bus service. We'll have well on our way to completing all of those all-access corridors. Some of them might even be bus rapid transit, where the bus has its own lane.
Okay.
But that's
on top of the bike lane.
No, in addition to.
In addition to.
You're gonna love that, man.
Yeah.
Really. So we already know a large part of what Nashville Davidson County is going to look like in 10 years. My focus now is what I meant to kind of hit on this in an earlier question. Now that Nashville has a dedicated funding source for transit,
right?
I turned my attention to the region. Right? We are a truly connected region of, depending on your source, of about 10 counties or so. We are connected geographically, economically, right? Our housing is largely kind of shared out there. When I might buy in Goodlettsville, but that could be in Hendersonville or Davidson County or Wisconsin County, whatever. So I was thinking, what are we going to do about the region? Nashville now has its plan, and we know where it's headed. Like we can see it.
Yeah.
The voters voted yes to that plan, so we have to spend the money there.
Okay.
Right. There may not be a lot of shockers. That's tried and true. We know that's happening. But how do we take this conversation out to the region and make it make sense? Because it is a big investment. These are not cheap infrastructure improvements or implementation. It is a big bucks. You're talking billions to get them started. So when I put together the Breakfast for Better Mobility last October, I gave it a lot of thought, and I thought the message the region needed to hear was the foundation of economic vitality and security is really riding on transit and mobility at this point. We know that we are facing regionally, we are facing an housing affordability crisis.
For sure.
And one of the most underutilized tools at our disposal is to invest in that mobility piece so that people can afford housing and they don't have to buy a car. Because right now, you may know this, but we are considered a cost burdened region where over 45 or 50% of households are spending over 35% of their annual take home pay on housing and transportation.
Wow. Okay.
That is ludicrous.
Right.
We can do better. And so one way we can do better, we may not be able to build 90,000 units overnight.
Sure.
But we can get some transit investment.
Got it.
Right. Turned in pretty quickly. And so that's where I took it. The people who went to that event loved it. I had a guy out of Virginia come talk, and he had worked at Virginia State Economic Development, the Commonwealth of Virginia. It's not called economic development or whatever what we call it. It's different, but it's that role under both a Republican and a Democratic mayor. Governor, I'm sorry, and Republican governor and Democratic governor. So I thought, what a great voice for our region. Going back to your red or blue question. Right.
Navigating the left-right thing.
Yeah. And so he brought the boom. Yeah. He said some pretty neat things.
Right.
Some pretty, I don't want to say inflammatory, but got some big reactions.
Okay.
Right.
Made people sit up and take notice.
Yes. About why changing our perspective on office space is vital at this moment, based on what people are wanting in their office work.
Gotcha.
Right. They don't want to go to a suburb in the middle of a sea of a parking lot and be stuck there for 9 hours a day. They want stuff they can walk to. They want to go grab a cup of coffee in the middle of the day or to start their day. They may want to get a glass of wine to end their day. And they want that walkability, that energy, that pace. And he was talking a lot about specifically suburban office.
So bringing that to the burbs.
Yeah. That walkability, that sense of access. Ease of access. And then he said he had a lot to say, and it was really, he did it in a great funny way. All this he had some slides of Trump's comments and headlines.
So it was colorful.
It was very colorful. And then he was like, look, I don't want to get carried away. I'm just to tell you that amid the chaos that we think is happening, underlying that are some pretty seismic economical shifts.
Gotcha.
And he was trying to make the point to really pay attention, to dig a little deeper, to pay attention about what really is going on.
Don't just read the
for
headlines.
business. Yeah, for businesses. Yeah, yeah. What does this mean for local businesses with manufacturing coming back on shore? And
yeah, that's radical.
Yeah.
I mean, it's radical.
Right. Yeah, that's a huge change.
That's right.
And so it was really cool to have someone be able to navigate that and put those ideas out so well and so well received. After his keynote, Janet Miller, you may know her. She was at Collier's for a long time.
Right.
And she was from the chamber. But they did like a little fireside chat type deal. And she did a great job of really kind of honing in on some of the concepts he threw out. So
that's
it was
good.
really cool. Yeah.
It seems like everything that you're talking about, it is motivated either by the carrot or the stick, right? The pain points or some pleasure opportunities, right? So, and you as the evangelist, the transit evangelist is out there sharing about the pain and the pleasure that it all can bring. And
Mm-hmm.
you got quite the job ahead of you, huh?
If you just give yourself over to the idea
Yeah.
that it's beneficial, you start
Right.
you start to see where the benefits are, and it becomes less about a half-cent sales tax and more about I'm going to actually get something for this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you already got the tax,
Well, in Nashville, not in
That's
the
right.
region yet.
so it's happening.
Right, Nashville's
And
happening.
it's happening there. So I've got before we leave,
Mhm.
I've got a suggestion. Are you ready?
Okay.
You can take this to the powers that be.
All right, let's go.
So when we were doing some shows up in Sweden, okay, they have great transit.
Yes, they
in
do.
Europe.
They are known for
They
their
are known.
transit. Yes.
They even had luxury transit. Okay,
Interesting.
and you could even have first class on the transit,
train?
on the train if you wanted, which of course we
You took?
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I peeked in to see. It wasn't that much better. I mean, it was, whatever. But that said, I found it quite interesting. They had like sports stars and whatnot and designers design some of these trains.
Nice. Yeah.
So the carpet had crazy
Yeah.
That's fun.
splotches and the seats were bright orange and whatever, but
Yeah,
cool.
sports
Not
team
like,
stuff, yeah.
not like prison orange, but you know what I mean. But cool. It's like
Like
some
Go Big Orange or
yeah.
Hook 'em Horns
No,
Orange?
more like striations of color, so it was
Yeah.
designed like by a designer, right?
It was a
Yeah, yeah.
vibe.
It was a
It was a vibe.
So
I
they
love
had
that.
sports
Thank you.
stars, they had artists and whatnot designing these trains, and
Yeah.
so you got on there. There was history, there was cool vibe. It felt different. What did not feel like I was getting on some subway or whatever that was been
It felt like it
destroyed.
was intentional, right?
correct.
It didn't
So
feel like an afterthought.
you felt good getting it,
Yeah.
right? So we
Mhm.
got on there and it was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is cool.
This is
Right.
good. Yeah.
And so I would make the suggestion, one carpet over another or one seat over another or some color and design. If they put a little attention to that and it brought some artists or some sports celebrities or
Yeah.
some rando whoever,
Or maybe we could get Reba to design the bus.
or we could.
That'd be cool.
I could do
Right. Or Taylor Swift.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anybody have any contacts?
No.
Well, you never know. You never
You know,
know.
but I
You never
love
know.
I love where
I'm
you're
just
going.
saying.
Yeah. You're
Bring
talking about
some
the
notoriety,
detail.
which has to do with Nashville.
Mhm.
Don't just give us a bunch of gray cars with
Right.
some gray carpet or whatever.
Right.
Like, put some thought into that,
Yeah.
and don't let some random commercial whatever person who just fills out the order form fill
Mhm.
it out. Like, get some notoriety in there, get some design. The design that we do, we call it vandalized. Let me
Oh, yeah,
vandalize
'cause your
you.
name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. The root word of vanity is van, so we put it into everything. But
I love that.
put some
Yeah.
thought into that and bring some notoriety to it and whatever. You could say, I rode Dolly all the way home. I
That's
don't
right,
know,
yeah.
But
Have Dolly do one.
you
for
know what
sure.
I'm saying? Or somebody from their team that she can rubber stamp it. But you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yes.
Put some thought into the design. Make it something a little special. And then when they do have it and it's starting to happen, maybe they could host like a wine and cheese or something, to have it and like
Yeah.
get some people out there to actually, do like a city. What do they do? Those games where you go around and you have to like find things all over.
A scavenger hunt?
Yeah, like a scavenger hunt. Like do something to get people excited to go
Yeah.
use it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And maybe they get a year free at the Frist or something. Get some of the people who you wouldn't think to promote it to do that. Like you put some art into it, put some notoriety into
Yeah.
it, make it Nashville centric,
Yeah.
not just gray and whatever.
Right.
And then put on some events.
I love it.
Actually use it and get people on it that would never normally take it, even if that's the only time they do it.
Mhm.
Their kids will hear about it. Like, oh yeah, I took that. I did that. And,
Mhm.
eventually,
Yeah.
it'll get into the ether.
That's right. No, that's exactly right.
Some excitement.
Some
and fun.
excitement.
Don't just make it so serious.
Give it some zhuzh, right?
Ah,
Mm-hmm.
What is that? Sex in the City,
what
right?
do you think? Exactly.
SJP used to take
Zhuzh it up.
zhuzh it up.
Exactly. That's my suggestion.
I love that.
You know,
it's a great suggestion.
I'm just here to be a blessing. So.
But I love that you picked up on what it's like to be on a transit that feels intentional.
Yeah. Oh, it was radically
right?
different.
And not just an afterthought, like, oh, we've got to do this. But it's something that they know they're providing, and that people want to feel a certain way when they're on it. You know, there's one in the U.S. You could go to Brightline in Miami.
Oh.
And it goes from Miami to Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach to Orlando.
Over to Orlando.
Yeah.
Yes, I was reading about that.
I've taken that.
Was it cool?
And I did the VIP car. Yeah.
Right.
So fancy that
People
day.
say they love it.
It's great.
And you can get down there, do some stuff, and go home.
Oh, yeah. I love it. They came by with a little snack cart and everything. It was so cool.
Now, if they would do something like that,
so cool.
You would get people talking about it.
Yeah,
definitely.
Just saying.
See, and that's what the region needs.
That's it. They need. That's what
because
you got to
those
bring
folks
to
are
it,
going to be riding for a minute.
Maybe you'll get a few converts.
It's really, really cool. But speaking of converts, you know, I went out to Sumner County, had a community meeting there, and brought back what I picked up to WeGo. And what I heard there, those community members, they don't really see themselves using a regional service for commuting every day.
Sure.
Because we can't envision it.
That's right.
Just yet. Right. But
that's your job.
Yeah, right. We'll get there.
Yeah.
We're on our way. Right. So, but they did ask about potential for runs at night downtown, so they don't have to drive and park.
Yeah. Because I've Ubered downtown, right?
Yep.
Because I happen to live in Sumner County, and it was super cheap. But then to get home, it was over $100.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how they get you.
They got me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't
been
believe
there.
it.
Yeah. Well, so they gave me all the list of the reasons they didn't want to drive downtown, and it was nothing to do with not wanting to be downtown.
No.
It was all to do with the drive and the parking situation.
Yes.
And so I
that's what I hate about it.
I went back to the WeGo folks, and I was like, hey, just wanted to let you know we heard this up in Sumner County. If there's a way you can, you know, maybe pilot a Titans bus or something.
Right.
You know. And so they did.
Very cool.
Yeah. So WeGo piloted this past season a bus to the Titans home games from Sumner County and from Bellevue.
That's perfect.
And after the first game, adoption was so high they had to add more buses.
See,
that's awesome.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Make it relevant.
You have to make it relevant, and you have to put it in front of
Right.
people for what they want to use it for. Right. So once they use it for that, maybe they will be like, you know what? I want to go to Nashville, and maybe I can just take the bus.
Yes.
Right. All it takes is one time. Once they see it, they feel it, they touch it, they see that it's safe, it's reliable. It gets you there, and all hell doesn't break loose.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Because I
right.
think we have this fear of what's going to happen if
Well,
we
I'm
take
stuck.
the bus.
I get down there and I'm stuck. I can't get it. I can't leave when I want to leave, or
Yeah.
you know.
So you that's the slow walk. So yeah, I think you're exactly right. Give them something, give them a vibe.
Right.
And who should be able to provide more vibe than Nashville,
That's
Tennessee?
exactly right. Music City, baby.
We are a town
Ooh,
essentially
have music
founded on
playing
creative.
it, too.
Yeah.
Have music. Don't make me sit in,
Right.
silence.
Fun.
Don't kid yourself. People have their earbuds in.
I know.
But still.
For the people who don't have their
Yeah.
earbuds in.
That's all right. I won't wear.
Or like for the people who forget them.
Right.
Or
Well,
maybe
you know, we have a program in Nashville where MNPS and I think some private school students get to ride, not private, but charter schools get to
Yeah.
ride for free.
Oh, that's
The
good.
buses.
I know in Manhattan. Well, I used to had a client up there. I would always see the little kids getting on and off the city bus.
Dude, I was in Paris.
Blew my mind. I'm like,
And
I would have let my kid walk up the street alone when he was that age, and I'm watching little kids getting off the city buses by themselves. So I'm like, where are they going? They're going to school.
I know. I saw that in Paris.
Wow.
These little kids would pop on the subway.
No big deal.
Where are their parents? They didn't get on with an adult. They didn't get off with an adult. I don't know what's happening.
I'd be like, am I going to get arrested? What's happening? Why are my children not with an adult?
I know we would be terrified
Yeah,
as
we'd be
American
terrified.
parents. We don't have a brain for that.
Yeah.
We couldn't.
Especially suburban American parents freak out.
No,
I
I
couldn't
can't
believe
let
it.
my son out of my sight for 5 minutes
Yeah.
and not get the sweats.
I know.
You know what I
It's
mean?
sad. It's sad. It's true. It's true. What have we not covered? Like in your world here that we have, your TEDx world, your transit evangelist world. I'm looking up
What's
and down
upcoming?
these things. What's that?
What's upcoming for the
Yeah,
Alliance?
what's upcoming?
Okay, so thanks for asking.
Please.
Love that question. What is coming up for Transit Alliance in 2026?
Yeah.
Well,
How can we help you?
First and foremost, the work I do takes money. So if you could connect me with some folks who want to see this work, expand and increase,
Mm-hmm.
put me in contact. We are a 501c3, so any donation is tax deductible there. Beyond that, I am rolling out a new kind of contribution structure. So if you're a larger contributor, there's a potential to join a presidential advisory committee.
And if somebody has larger dollars or a large voice that wants to speak up,
or yes, a large
can
voice,
they come in and speak different sides of the issue with you and with this?
Yeah, have a
or
conversation
is
with
this
anybody.
You got to just get in line with us?
No, I wouldn't say it's you have to get in line with us. We are.
Well, if you give money to organizations, you pretty much know where they stand.
Yeah,
so
right. So yeah, have a
this,
conversation.
Again, talking about how you navigate the left-right thing.
Mhm.
Can I be left or right and get involved and not feel
yes, please.
like
Look,
I have to?
Freddie O'Connell has been involved. Councilmember Quinzel Gull went through our Transit Citizen Leadership Academy. Jacob Cousineau went through that program. There's been a number of them that have gone through our program, but also Ray Render, who works for Congressman Rose's office, has gone through our program.
Right.
So we've had that. We don't say no based on political affiliation.
Good.
Right. We don't even say no based on whether or not you support transit, especially to go.
I love that.
Rather to go through our TCLA. Okay.
Right.
Because we present the facts through the TCLA. We just lead you to the water.
Because it seems like you're going to get the message out, no matter where they're coming from.
Yeah.
Once you get them to realize the reality of it all,
right,
it's going to pull them in.
Yeah.
How can you not get drawn into this if you really take the time to read about it,
to understand it? Because it is not as easy as you want it to be.
I mean, we've been talking for over an hour about it, and
right, and so
it's a big deal.
Because it's collaborative funding. It involves federal, state, regional, local funding, and if you add public-private partnership, then you have a private funder in there too.
Sure.
So you're looking at a lot of moving pieces and how do they fit together, and what are the processes for those? I mean, it's a lot going on, and now that we have more transit coming down the pike, so to speak. We're getting a lot more interest from developers to put up transit-oriented development, which are developments at or near high-capacity transit corridors and stops or stations. So all of this is happening, and it's a lot to take in.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're asking me what else I could talk about. There's more. There's always more. So upcoming in 2026, we've got a Transit Champions in March. We'll have a Transit Day on the Hill in mid-March. We're going to start our Transit Citizen Leadership Academy August 11th, and that runs through October 8th.
Ooh.
The registrations have not opened up yet, but I've got some really great stuff on the agenda.
Cool.
Each year I change it enough to be super relevant. So this year is not going to be so much about transit funding referenda because there's nothing. We don't have anything in the ether yet. Nothing is materializing, but it's going to be a lot about transit-oriented development, what makes a good transit system, how do we connect them meaningfully in an urban situation like where Nashville is, how do we tie in greenways, sidewalks, bike lanes, what does that look
Who's
like?
the kind of person that should consider applying for that
My goodness.
program?
Again, it's not relegated to any particular type of person.
If somebody with some interest.
If you are interested in learning more, go to thetransitalliance.org and look at the information there. Because, again, I have had anesthesiologists, I've had teachers, I have a lot of engineers, a lot of transportation planners, political, people running for office.
Doesn't normally show up for this program.
Oh my God.
Who would you like to see?
Great question. Anyone thinking about running for mayor in 2027 should probably think about joining this class.
They should make it a requirement to be mayor.
Oh, honey, I would love that. Or council.
Go to the city council. Make it a thing.
I love that. Yeah. Because it's a deep dive into this stuff and the complexities of it and how you move things along or how they get stymied. Right. It's really cool. It's a great program. I'm so proud to be running it. The Alliance has been running it since 2010.
Oh, wow. What's the most exciting thing that you do? If I'm going to this program and I'm going through it, I take the time to go through it. What's the most exciting thing?
Oh my gosh.
Do I get to meet some cool people or do I?
Yes. So I do not lead the class sessions. No. They are led. I introduce them. Welcome the expert from Federal Highway Administration, Pam Cordenbrock. Do you know what I mean? Or this is Mayor Moore from Franklin. He's here to talk about blah, blah, blah.
Cool.
So it's always an elected leader and a top expert in the field. So sometimes I get people out of state in. Yes, it's an excellent networking opportunity.
Cool.
So you have excellent networking opportunity among your classmates with the speakers. But also we have great experiential opportunities. So the class, this past cohort, we took the WeGo Star to Donaldson Station.
Cool.
We did a walk audit across the street to the new Donaldson Library.
Walk audit.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's where you're primed to pay attention to the sidewalk, the lighting, the crosswalk, the timing of the crosswalk beeper thing. You know what I mean? So you're learning how to pay attention to what's available and what's not.
Right.
What makes you feel
Put
safe.
yourself in there.
Yeah.
In the moment.
Right. Yeah. So it's experiential. We heard from former council member Jeff Syracuse, talked about how long it takes to get these things done in infrastructure and improvements. I mean, you're looking at 16, 18 years of community work to get even just a new library or whatever.
Sure.
It doesn't happen quickly.
Maybe you should send an engraved invitation to every council member and anyone you think is going to run for mayor to join this class, the next cohort.
And then we took the train back. And then in another class session, we took the train to Mount Juliet.
Oh, cool.
We walk across the street to the Mount Juliet Chamber.
Right.
We have a class session there. And I had a panel of chambers of commerce from the region. So I think Williamson Inc. was there and Lebanon Chamber was there. And the Nashville Chamber was there. So it was really great conversation about, from chambers of commerce perspective, why we should be investing in mobility and transit in Middle Tennessee. Again, it's not me, only me. I am bringing you to these folks and these experts and these conversations. And then we took Van Pools back.
Ooh. I just heard my name.
Have you ever heard of them?
Van Pools.
Yes.
I have not.
I mean, I know Van Pool buses.
So they're really pretty vans. They're not buses.
Okay.
So they start small with like a Pathfinder, like an SUV, like a larger SUV.
Yeah.
And so it depends on the size of your group, and they go up to a 15-passenger van, but they're still really sleek. They're black. They're like leather interior, super posh, super comfy. And we took those back downtown to Capitol View, and I brag.
Because that's another element of transportation.
Yes, of regional. It's what we have regionally, and that's what I'm trying to get people to focus on.
Van Hool, not Van Pool.
Van Hool, though. So we were able to go from Capitol View, as we walked to the Riverfront Station, Capitol View to Mount Juliet Chamber of Commerce, and back without using a single occupancy vehicle.
Oh, okay.
So
how'd that go?
It was awesome. It was great. We had the capacity. We have the assets to do this stuff already. So I want us to focus a lot on what we have regionally. I want to focus on getting the housing that we need along those high capacity corridors so that we can build more density where it makes sense. Okay. Right? So
density where it makes sense.
I know density is a 4-letter word. People hate it. And I
said a few 4-letter words today. I'm just saying. I didn't point them out because I don't know who's going to be watching.
Bike lanes. I know that
I'm not saying them. Well, bike lanes.
So
I believe in them, but not in the middle of my road.
So yeah, so there's so much opportunity, and when you're looking at the assets we do have, then you're better able to pinpoint the gaps.
Oh yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And the more gaps we can pinpoint, the more we can really identify where we need to be putting our investments. Mm-hmm. Right. And so that's where the alliance is right now, is looking at regionally, where can we get the most bang for our buck in these investments regionally. And then we'll wrap up 2026 in October with the 3rd Breakfast for Better Mobility. Mm-hmm. Stay tuned for that. I am super pumped about it. And I just love that folks had such a good time last year. Even the photographer came up to me.
Oh, wow.
And he said, I cannot tell you, I am so encouraged by this crowd. I have never seen so many people so happy and smiley.
Wow. I love that.
At my transit event. So I thought that sounded pretty good.
I agree with that.
Me too.
We like happy. We're going to end on a happy note. That was a good note.
That was a good note. Great note.
Well, Jessica, thank you for being here with us, and thanks you for coming back.
Love it.
Right? Yeah. And Marlena.
Woo!
Woo, girl. Woo.
Oh, no, we're the woo girls.
Thank you for joining in and jumping in when Steve was out with a little, he didn't want to be seen with his puffy eye.
Yeah.
You know.
Hopefully he's feeling better.
And
next time you could be Van.
The split personality here. Oh yeah. Well, this show is all about movers and shakers and taste makers.
That's right.
And it sounds to me like you're a little bit of all the above. So
I'll take it.
Why
thank
not?
You.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here. Thank you. And
thank you.
Check it out.
Well, that's a wrap on today's episode of Behind the Curtain, Nashville's Movers, Shakers,
and Taste Makers.
We hope you've been inspired by the stories of passion, perseverance, and innovation right here in Nashville.
A big thank you to our guests for sharing their journeys, and to you, our listeners, for joining us. And of course, our gratitude to Chord Real Estate for making this conversation possible.
Don't forget to follow or subscribe to our podcast on your favorite platform.
Thank us?
Yes, you did.
Oh, I guess I did. Well, thank us. Okay.
Like I was saying.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget to follow or subscribe on your favorite platform to catch every episode, and hit that notification bell. We've got plenty more fascinating guests lined up, ready to share their insights and inspirations.
And we love hearing from you. So reach out to us with your thoughts, questions, or suggestions for who you'd like to hear from next.
Until next time, keep chasing your dreams and making your mark in Nashville.
Oh, my goodness.
Remember,
I'm talking to Casey
it's
Kasem.
The people behind the scenes that make the city shine.
I love it. Take care. See you behind the curtain.